Instead of taking the big, huge plate for serving when you go to your big meals with family, take a smaller plate, fill that plate. Don't take the big plate like everybody else is. Fill a small plate, watch your portions. And that's a really good hack to just like watch your portion control. Because when you have a bigger plate, people tend to fill that whole thing. So try a salad plate and be very mindful.
Bring it on!
Welcome to Girls Gone Gritty. I'm Farley Boyle.
I'm Darian Boyle.
And I'm Jennifer Brenius. Collectively, we're two sister-in-laws with our bestie.
We don't just talk, we do it. Day, night, mountain, beach, and city.
Get ready as we bring gratitude and attitude to everything we do.
We jump in head first, unafraid, and we're all in all the time.
We bring it on and get it on each week, diving deep into authentic, unscripted conversations
on just about everything. So
let's get gritty.
Bring it on! Bring it on! Don't wait until tomorrow.
Welcome to another episode of Girls Gone Gritty. I'm Jennifer. I'm your host today with my besties, Darian and Farley, coming to you from Bring It On Studios here in Rumsden, New Jersey. It's a beautiful day to take a shortcut. So we're talking about hacks. What kind of hacks do you have? To me, a hack is taking something and shortening the process, making a do-it-yourself situation at home, making a healthy from home, making something cleaner from home. But there's a lot of different uses of the word hack. So the word hack actually comes from the derivation of like to hack something up into small pieces, right? To take an axe to something and I'm going to chop up a piece of wood and make it into usable space. But the word actually comes from the English word hassian, which means exactly that, to cut into pieces. But it also is an irregular make of that. So it's not like hacking it up into perfectly little sections, but it's more about just like making it into like whatever it can be. But I also think it's interesting that the word hack has become something that like the computers people use, where I'm hacking into your computer. I'm taking a shortcut into getting your stuff. A hack in writing is somebody who kind of doesn't know what they're doing. So is hack a good word or a bad word to you? Is it something you use at home? Far? What do you think about this?
I mean, I think a hack is a clever time saver. That's my hacks. My hacks are like, if I don't have a product or I don't have something that can fix a problem, I try to figure it out. And there's a million hacks out there. I mean, just vinegar alone, which I'm going to discuss because I use vinegar for everything. But just a hack is being able to think outside the box and solve a problem on your own with what you already have in your home. That's a hack to me.
Hack? Well, I always called someone a hack. Dude, you're such a hack. So these handy dandy hacks that you use at home probably hasn't been my specialty, but I have my hacks for sports equipment and for traveling and life. So that was kind of my version.
Across like the gamut. I mean, like you can have cleaning hacks and laundry hacks and hacks that are beauty oriented. And I mean, there's the definition of hack is what you make it, you know, and it's if you're clever and you have a way of MacGyvering a situation, that's a hack. You know, I have to wear the tool belt in my house a lot of times. And before I call somebody to come and fix a problem, I try to fix it myself. Now, sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. But the hacks that are successful, I mean, look at how many bottled products there are of hacks like Grandma's Secret, like laundry stain remover. I mean, people's hacks are where people make millions of dollars and you don't even have to overthink it. Like the Post-it note. That's a hack. They made a product that was sticky. It was supposed to be some type of a glue that actually became something that you could use on the back of paper, and it became the Post-it. Yeah. So don't think that your hacks aren't worthy. They could be $1 million hack.
It's like
I'm
like
hoping for one.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love one. Yeah, it's a shortcut. So we go surf trips or just even surfing down the beach, and when you ding your board, meaning you get like a hole in your board or you get a crack, they came up with a product called Solarez. So there's Solarez. So it's a resin and epoxy kind of, it's a mix that will fix the hole in your board. It will fix the crack in your board. You put it on it comes in a little tube and you put it on your board and they give you a little tongue depressor. You flatten it out and you put it in the sun for 5 minutes and it cures. Then you take it out and they give you even a little piece of sandpaper. So you put sandpaper on it, it smooths it out. And here your ding is fixed.
But if you don't have that with you and then your board, what are you doing?
If not, then you have to get Well,
you
duct
traveling
tape.
with duct tape?
Well,
Duct
my
tape-
life
duct
is
tape
that's
is
like
its own
its
hack.
whole thing. So if not, you have, there's fiberglass, there's resin. You have to mix it. You have to use just everything. It's like a
Who
probably
brings all
take
that though on
an
a
hour.
surf trip and you're out in the middle of like, wherever, and now you just dinged your board?
No.
What are you doing in a quick moment like that?
It's always Solarez.
You pack it.
Yeah, you have
take
to
it
do
with
it.
you everywhere.
Yeah, but you have to be careful because there's polyester. Some boards are made of polyester and some are made of epoxy. So if you put epoxy on a polyester board, it catches on fire.
Whoa.
So you have to be really careful if you know that, okay, I'm going on a trip, figure out what are the composites, like what is my board made of, and make sure you get that specific material for that specific product.
Speaking of duct tape, did you know that duct tape, whatever the, chemical ingredient is that's in the sticky, can help take warts away? So,
No.
1000%. So you can actually cut little pieces and you can sleep with them, put like them on your warts at night. And there's something in it that helps basically like make that wart
Look
go
like
away.
a Dalmatian. Ding, 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 ding.
Well,
ding.
doesn't it take the oxygen away? I don't know. I have to do a fact check on that, but I feel like
There's something.
I feel like it suffocates it on some level.
And also like another medical hack that became $1 million hack. I think at some point during the war, they came up with like the super glue theory.
That's true.
And super glue literally was used to take, giant wounds and put them back together again with glue.
That's another staple
So-
of our surf trip.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
have to
so
travel with that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those are some hacks, but like one of the hacks that I'm the most proud of, and I will say this, somebody came to my house, they accidentally spilled a big giant goblet of red wine on a very light piece of my furniture. And I know that a lot of different products that you use all at once can actually take away the true color of whatever the original color was. So I was trying to be very delicate. I'm a very good stain remover person. Like I inherited that from my mom. So I took clear Windex, water, white vinegar, and I started there. And I actually just kind of started, just like pushing on it. I had a wet compress and I just kind of pushed on it because I just wanted to see what happened. Lemon juice. Lemon juice. I just kept trying anything that was clear liquids, clear liquids without the possibility of Clorox or any other product that could leave like a weird,
Bleach.
White
Yeah,
wine
without bleach.
takes out red wine.
that would like leave a ring. If white wine takes out red wine, I mean, these are things that we're talking about. And let me tell you, I got that stain out in 2 nanoseconds. I put a little tiny bit of baking soda in it, and I just kept on adding things so that the consistency of the liquid was always clear. So I am a big fan of clear Windex. Clear Windex gets everything out from rug stains to cleaning your windows to getting stains out of your clothing. I mean, it is unbelievable what it can actually do on oil spots. Oil stains from eating, I will use clear Windex and I will use salt, and that helps pull it. And it's sometimes not perfect. I mean, I'm not talking about like, all bacon grease all over me, but like little specks and splots, I can bring it to the top and it goes away.
Well,
That's like the Big Fat Greek Wedding. Everything he had was the Windex. Did
Oh
you
my
see that
God.
movie? It was the best movie.
No.
Oh, you have a zit? Zin. Everything
Windex
was
also helps get
Windex.
rings off of your fingers. Like
Oh,
put on
yeah.
rings and all of a sudden your fingers have swollen. Don't freak out. Don't like start twisting because then your knuckles actually swell even more. Hit it right away with Windex.
All right.
And
So what's in Windex? Because Windex is obviously a hack to your earlier point. So it's like, what's the formulation of Windex? Because somebody hacked something, and I'm sure it's a vinegar base because vinegar is like the
vinegar is
it's the
everything.
magic everything. It's a floor cleaner. It's
Mine is Dawn. Dawn I use for everything.
what do you use Dawn for?
Dawn, it takes out stains,
Oh,
takes out everything. And you mix that with Windex, with maybe even a little lemon juice, and it will take out big
But see,
stains.
Dawn is blue. So if I were somebody,
Well,
I would get a dye-free version of Dawn because
Right.
that would be like
Have you used Dawn before?
I've used, but it's been
they clean
blue.
the birds with that. Isn't that the one that they always are cleaning the birds with the oil spills?
I don't know.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
we
yeah.
use it. It takes
Pots
out
and pans,
everything.
takes out grease.
Oil,
Yeah.
grease, and they have supersonic ones. They have a platinum one with my friend Claire uses it, and it's like this great little spray because she cleans her house. It's to perfection. And so I learned about the spray Dawn, which was
Wow.
that's a great one.
Yeah. What I'm talking about is when they have the large oil spills, not the oil spills in your kitchen. They would have there's commercials all over the place where they go and they clean the birds, and you literally see them like cleaning wildlife, and they're like, "It's Dawn."
Wow.
because I think it's
a grease remover.
It's a grease
right.
remover.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Poor
give you a
birds.
couple examples of
But that's a hack, too.
unbelievable
What's in
vinegar
that?
hacks. So equal parts of white vinegar and water take away
Vinegar.
mold and algae. Okay, so it's like not toxic. You're not breathing it in. If you're in your showers and you take your little toothbrush and you see like black mold or you see any mold anywhere, that is the perfect hack. Vinegar, baking soda creates carbon dioxide gas, which can help unclog drains.
Well, baking soda is a key staple that we use for brushing our teeth. My mom has been pushing that on Dee Dee. Dee, use it for your teeth.
Oh,
and
soda
baking
removes
soda's been
odors, everything.
around for basically it helps make your teeth white right out of the box, and you put it in with toothpaste.
As a bathing suit manufacturer, I had a lot of white bathing suits, and everybody would get so sad when their white bathing suits were flecked with sand and dark, like little flecks, and
Hate it.
become yellow or become dingy. Your whites for tennis, whatever. If you take, once again, white distilled vinegar, baking soda, water, and white Windex, and you just let it soak, and the baking soda definitely has the reactive component. After you take out your bathing suit and it's dry, if you take your finger and you flick, like the sand that you see, like especially if it's like a dark sandy beach and it's all in your white bathing suit, that sand goes away and your white suit gets returned to like a nice bright white.
Maybe
or your
we
white.
patent that.
I mean,
Maybe let's try it. Let's mix up batches and call it Girls Gone Gritty Stain Remover. What?
okay, vinegar also can be used to fertilize plants. A tablespoon for every liter of water for azaleas, blueberries, rhododendrons. I mean, anything that has like a pH level of 6.5, it is the best way to fertilize. Isn't that
I think
amazing?
it kills weeds too.
Oh, I don't know if I would want to use vinegar if I'm fertilizing
I don't know. I got to look at that. I feel like I read that it kills weeds.
maybe.
Maybe it's the pH is different.
You can fluff up your rice by just adding a little bit to the water when it's boiling, and it actually makes your rice taste better.
I add it to my poached eggs, and it
I was
helps
gonna
the
say-
poached egg. It helps the egg congeal.
Hard-boiled eggs for Easter when we're cooking Easter eggs.
Oh, yeah.
We use white vinegar, and it helps them not crack when it bubbles. You pour some in there, and it.
Yeah,
Because when you
it's
get the
solidified.
hard-boiled eggs, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be an Easter egg. It could be just a hard-boiled egg. Always add white vinegar, and they don't crack, and they're easier to peel.
Yes.
Oh, I just saw like somebody actually, it was a hack. It was, once you have boiled eggs and you put it in a coffee cup and you just like kind of take your hand over the top of it and you like shake it and it perfectly breaks so that there's so many hard boiled hacks. What you guys need to do is Google hacks. If you're looking for a laundry hack, if you're looking for any type of hack because you don't have a remedy at that moment that fixes the problem, you will be flabbergasted. I mean, the health hacks are incredible, and just being able to use things that you already have under your cupboard or in your cupboard, you'd be surprised. And then it's very gratifying. You feel very good because you've solved a problem and you thought outside the box.
One of my hacks is when we go on road trips, or I would drive, when I was ski racing, I would drive from New Jersey to California, and I would just wake up and go, okay, it's time to go skiing. It's my ski season's upon us. Pack my car to the gills. Surfboards, mountain bikes, you just name it, clothes, outfits, music, everything. Jammed in my car, had my subwoofer, my 6x9s, cranking tunes, but always brought a fix-a-flat. Because it was, if you ever were traveling, I mean, I had a CB, I was decked out, but I did it about 15 times back and forth. If you get a flat and you're in the middle of nowhere at a really obscure time, you're not going to be able to get a tow truck. You would get fix-a-flat, which now it's
Ultimate hack of all
it's
hacks.
like-
that guy made
he made
millions.
so much money, and I had to use it twice. And the one time I remember just trying to, it was in my Volkswagen, and I'm pulling all my stuff out into the middle of the highway, and like trucks are going by and like shaking you. Oh my gosh, I have my fix-a-flat. Everything went back in, filled it up, and then I was able to go to a hotel next morning and go get my tire filled. I don't think it's the best thing for your tire, but it's like really bad for your tire. Like just your back tire. If you need that, then you have to do it. That's what it was.
Well,
So-
you're stuck. A hack is what you need to do. Like it's not like hacks a lot.
Your
of the
hack
time-
is being prepared for hacks happening to your board.
well, but a lot of times
It's
you're doing a
everything.
hack.
I'm
but you're
I'm
doing a hack.
preparing it.
you're doing a hack because you don't have a solution that is going to manifest on itself. You need to be creative and you need to be innovative. And that's where most of these hacks have come from, which to your point are like a lot of these products. They're like, wait, that made my life a lot easier. Somebody else could benefit from that. So I might as well slap a label on it and market it and patent it and do all that other kind of stuff. And listen, if it helps you get from point A to point B, you need to repair a tire or be stuck on the road for an overnight, I think I will get a new tire.
I am going to tell you about like generic hacks. Like if you get a run in your pantyhose and all of a sudden you're like, oh no, I don't have another pair of pantyhose. Clear fingernail polish. Stops it in its tracks.
I don't know the last time I wore a pair of pantyhose.
I never want to wear them again.
Oh my God.
I always have a backup pair because I always blow them out, pulling them. I'm like, oh my God,
maybe
go too hard.
Fishnets, those don't work with with the nail polish.
Well, you could use your fishnets and actually go fishing if you needed to. If you wanted to catch minnows, or like, well, not yours are probably the bigger.
I'm the queen. I'm the queen of zip ties. I have so many zip ties, so many sizes.
Come in so handy.
I keep them. I use them for everything. It's funny. I have my duct tape, zip ties, and my Solarez, and I'm on the go.
Don't be scared of Darian with their zip ties and duct tape. It's not a scary thing. It's
it could be, but they fix everything.
If you get chiggers, I mean, I used to be a kid that played with Spanish moss in Florida, and I'd go to camp, and your kids go to camp, they get chiggers. They're like little mites that burrow underneath your skin, and they become super itchy, and they're hard to diagnose, and like itch cream doesn't work. But guess what suffocates them? Clear fingernail polish. So when you have chigger bites, you literally take clear fingernail polish and you polish those bites, and the itch goes away. That's a hack.
Because you suffocate them again? Is that what's happening?
You suffocate them. Yeah. I mean, and, I grew up with chiggers, and people in the South know exactly what I'm talking about right now because they are very hard. They're mites that are like underneath your skin that live in Spanish moss or wherever they live. But if you go to camp, you get chiggers.
Yeah.
Glad I didn't go to camp. I went to beach camp. Secret Beach. How you doing?
Well, there you go. Then you probably got stung by
I got jellyfish
and then you pee on jelly sting bites.
Definitely.
Yes. So
you get a bad sting. Someone pees on you.
I have a hack that I used when I was pregnant. And I'm a small person, so this may not work. It maybe work for Thanksgiving meals for some people. It maybe work for the very beginning of your pregnancy. But if you take a hair tie and you loop it around your jeans, you can get an inch or two on your jeans, depending upon how big the hair tie or rubber band is. So you can get some waist space. Obviously, then you have to wear like a sweater over. I don't have a hair tie on, thankfully, right now. But you can give your jeans like an inch of waist just by doing that. And then I also use a hair tie for cinching the back of your shirt. So you can take a hair tie, small, big, whatever, and you can double it up, and then you tuck it under in the back, and it can kind of take the extra piece behind you, and you just tuck it up and under. So I love always having extra hair ties for clothing hacks. The other thing I used to use them for was when I was in college, it was the tapered leg look, and they didn't really do a lot of different jeans when I was in college. So we would take them and we would tie them up and actually make the jeans tapered underneath and do the hair tie under there. So hair ties are a really good thing to keep.
Then how about lemon juice in your hair? I always wanted blonde hair back
all the time.
When I was little, and I'd put lemon juice in my hair and sit in the sun, and I think it really worked. I think the lemon juice does work.
Could you use it on your hack to get spots out? And it's like a little bit of I think it's a mild bleach, right?
You can use that with water and apple cider white distilled vinegar again to clean your floors, wood floors. It's safe. It's a great smell. I mean, if you're really looking for a toxic-free kind of community in your home, there are products that you can use that are not toxic, and that would be a very good solution. Like my cleaning ladies, that's how they clean my floors.
I hate
vinegar
and annulosa.
Same.
So stinky.
But other hacks. Okay, if you want to fill a bucket from your sink, the noodles that you use in a pool fits perfectly over your spigot, and it's a big funnel that can fill buckets. I mean, there are just so many interesting hacks.
That's a good one
out there. Yes,
I'm learning a lot today. Tell me more, girls. Tell me more.
Tell me more.
I just remember, I see my cousin stuffing her bra with like fabric.
I mean, I used
that
to
was
use
a hack.
Preparation H underneath my eyes because of like, taking away eye puffiness and bags. And
Doesn't
they
work
changed,
anymore.
I know they changed, unfortunately, whatever the composition was of it, and it no longer does what it once did, but it was very effective.
It's a
I traveled with it everywhere.
Socks in your hair. I roll my hair with socks, long
As
socks
curlers.
as curlers.
You
We
still
said
do
that
that, don't
before. I curl my hair still.
socks.
Not with socks. I do it to Dee Dee's hair now.
You do it to Dee Dee. I knew we
Oh,
talked
it's
about
so
that.
cute. We talked about it already on Girls Gone Gritty, but
I know, but I love that idea. It's so easy and so perfect. And I love a hack like we were talking about, like going back to basics. Because here's the other reality, and I don't know what the formulation of Windex is because we know it's a miracle. But there's so many things that started off in a very pure way as a hack, and then in order to cut costs and make it more effective and make it more efficient or to make it more profitable, they hacked the hack and made it
Not what it
less,
was.
So I love when my cleaning lady uses the vinegar only. It's a great. It feels better. Some of the more simple, things feel closer to nature because they are.
they have a lot of the natural cleaners, but they're all chemical still.
Listen, I'm a believer in a shot of apple cider a day, and like something that I drink to keep the doctor away. And now they have apple cider gummies, which kind of defeat the purpose because to make it a gummy, now you're adding sugar and all these other things.
Right.
But you really should ingest apple cider vinegar daily.
That's a tough one though. I tried that for a while.
Castor oil. Now we move to
You know what? You can
Apple
like
cider
come up
vinegar.
with something that you really like. I mean, put it in orange juice. It's not terrible. I mean,
Yeah.
like it's just, but what it can do for your body, what it can do for your home, Google it, guys, and really genuinely look at what it can do. There's so many medicinal benefits and personal benefits. It's probably the cheapest ingredient that you could have in your home that does a million things.
Yep. Yeah. No, vinegar is a miracle. I mean, that's why they use it on everything, right? There's red wine vinegar, there's balsamic vinegar, there's white vinegar, there's apple vinegar. There's got to be a reason why there's
Rice
all this
wine.
vinegar,
I love
right?
it.
There's pick it and there's a vinegar. But speaking of food, a couple of we're coming into the eating season, I like to say, with the holidays, so starting with Halloween and then moving to Thanksgiving and Christmas. So as we enter the eating season, I want you to think about some health hacks for your plate. So one of the things I say all the time is that instead of taking the big, huge plate for serving when you go to your big meals with family, take a smaller plate, fill that plate. Don't take the big plate like everybody else is. Fill a small plate, watch your portions, and that's a really good hack to just like watch your portion control. Because when you have a bigger plate, people tend to fill that whole thing. So try a salad plate and be very mindful.
or you go back twice.
Or just think about portion control. I just think that's a really easy hack. And then the other hack that I try and institute on a health basis during the holiday season, that the more cocktails I have, the harder it gets, but alternate your water with your alcohol intake. So if you have a glass of wine, have a glass of water. If you have a cocktail, have a glass of water. And that hack can help you not only consume less calories, but also prevent
We've been hacking with
hangovers.
tequila and water and lime instead of soda water, which is an inflammatory. So like
I
anytime,
hate soda water.
so we really, like Jen and I will order all the time, like tequila water with a lime, because you're not getting calories, you're not getting anti-inflammation or inflammation,
Inflammation.
Or you just go tequila on the rocks
Yes. you
and
can
let
do
it
that.
melt, and the water naturally mixes in, and you don't.
Yeah,
Tell 'em
ice is a hack. Let's talk about that. Ice is an amazing
Oh my
hack.
God, ice gets gum out. I mean, if you get like gum, sticky, weird gum, and it's in your carpeting, it's in your hair, like ice is the first thing that you should put on it, because you get it frozen and then it starts to crack off. You have to pick it, and it's time consuming, but it works.
Yeah, and ice is a great hack for injuries, right, Far?
Oh,
How's that?
Oh,
well,
oh,
I know.
I'm sad my knees hurt ankle.
It's annoying.
I know, it's annoying.
Hey, tell them your hack for avocados.
Oh, that was a good one.
Oh, wait, I forget my hack for avocados.
We'll fit in the refrigerator.
Oh, with the water. That's
Yeah.
not mine. That's Ginny's.
Oh,
That was Ginny's hack. She taught me that hack. I usually do lemon juice on my avocados. So in my house, I'm a plastic bag-free house. I refuse to buy them. I'll reuse any bag that anything comes in. That's another little hack that I'll tell you, is that you get all this plastic all the time with stuff. Like before you just throw it in the garbage or throw it like what you think is recycling, because it's not being recycled. try and hack it and use it. Like I remember my great grandmother used a Wonder Bag until literally the letters were coming off and you couldn't see the bag anymore. It like literally was like melting away. That's how many times she used it. So I'd say do that. But lemon juice is another great, we talked about lemon juice earlier. It's a great preservative, natural preservative for a lot of things. So you can put that on things.
It stops the browning on an avocado. So if you have an avocado that you cut in half,
Right.
you can leave the seed in. The seed also is something that helps prevent like guacamole from getting brown. So you utilize that seed. But if you take lemon juice before you put it in the refrigerator with saran wrap, it can really prevent the oxidation from like turning it, into like a brown surface.
Or skip the saran wrap because you don't need it.
Well, you don't need that, but you can cut the brown off, by the way, and they're still green underneath.
Well, think about saran wrap. That was a hack. And then Farley and I were talking about saran wrap, and we're calling you guys out a little bit because saran wrap used to actually like wrap. It used to like actually be really like textured to
Doesn't
it
anymore.
and it's not anymore. And you know why that is?
Chemicals. And they just took away something actually that was on the market that I did utilize because I kind of thought it was great. It was like that wrap that was sticky. It wasn't called cling wrap. It was called like, I don't even know, but you could put it from a bowl, over the top of the bowl in replace of a lid, and it actually would really stay.
And you would hit the sides.
Yes, gone. We Googled it when we were having a conversation about it, and it is cancer causing.
1,000%.
Everything's cancer
Well,
causing.
because it's all whatchamacallit, it's all oil products.
Scary.
It is.
And I like the recycling. I recycle my bags, like the bread bags, because there's no plastic bags anymore. To go outside to the backyard, clean up after the dogs.
I'll tell you what I bought recently
with the bread bags.
Yeah.
that I used a brown bag for is corn on the cob that had been dried out. That is popcorn. That doesn't have any additives or preservatives.
That was cool.
And you just stick it in your brown bag and you put it in the microwave and boom, it pops and it's like perfect. No additives, no preservatives. You can flavor it the way that you want to. And you can see actually that it went from being an ear of corn to a dried ear of corn that turns into delicious popcorn.
Well, let's be honest. The hacks that we've created in our time and in our kids' times are hacks to make life more convenient and easier. God provided everything we needed, in my opinion. So if we go back to things that work, that are more organic and natural, the planet will be better because of it. And our lives are simpler because of it. So be creative with your hacks, right? Go back to some things and to Farley's point, Google like how can I naturally get out a stain? How can I naturally, find a solution to whatever it is? Because most of the time, and we all want to create the $1 million product, don't get me wrong. It really is somebody slapping a label on it, commercialism, consumerism, all the isms that we have. You can find your own way.
Toothpaste on a zit.
Toothpaste on a zit.
Toothpaste on a little
thing for me.
It's spectacular, especially if it's a white toothpaste. I mean, if it's gel, it's not going to be as efficient.
No,
it's got to be a white toothpaste. And I'm also thinking, like, when you have a terrible bruise, you can take white aspirin and you chop it up and you actually make it into like a little tiny bit of a paste, and you can put it on your bruising so that it brings the blood to the surface and it shortens the life of a bruise. I mean, there are so many hacks out
I
there.
use arnica for that, but yeah,
I mean, arnica's not a hack, but the person that produced it is the hack.
and arnica is I think it's just an herb though.
Well,
It's
I mean,
the herbals.
It's the herbs.
it's
the herbs.
but you're buying it from a drugstore. So
Right. But we could go on 4 days about the hacks and
Google hacks, guys.
Google
and
hacks.
become proud of some of the ones that you end up actually using.
Be okay to be a hack, but don't be a computer hack. Stay off of my computer. That's what I got to say about that type of hack. Don't be that kind of hack.
But thank you so much for listening to Girls Gone Gritty. It's been great. Hopefully you learned something. Feel free to send us your hack, post it on our Instagram page. And we look forward to you listening to all our episodes. Share it with a friend. And we'll see you next time.
It takes a little grit to come up with a hack. So we challenge you to get hacky.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Girls Gone Gritty.
You can check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
If this episode hits home, share it with someone who needs to get gritty.
The 3 Gs. We'll see you next week.
Peace out.